This is the future.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we only got 9 days to enjoy the perk of getting tons of platinum through farming Arcanes in the Operation Gargoyle'S Cry event. Admittedly, this is the best event right now when it comes to getting some platinum, and it's kind of sad that the event is leaving soon. After the event, I'm selling a course which will give you the surefire way of farming 1,000 platinum every day. All you need to do is go into my Patreon link below and subscribe monthly for the most insane platinum farming method that no one knows how to in Warframe. I'm just kidding, guys. I ain't selling any courses, as you all know, that the best way to earn platinum is to just play the game, and I'm here to tell you each methods that I do to get lots of platinum fast. It's free, and you don't need to join any pyramid scheme. So after Operation Gargoyle'S Cry leave, my top priority will probably be the Steel Path Conjunction Survival, and I'm doing this in either public queues or with a team of 4. The Thrax Plasm and the Steel Essence will be the primary loot here I'm aiming to farm. The Thrax Plasm will be used to buy either Arcane Blessing or Primary Frostbite from Archimedes and Yonta and sell them for platinum. The good thing about this is you can farm all the Lua Thrax Plasm you want, since it has no daily limit like the standings from the bounty mission. And then I use the Steel Essence to either get relics, Kuva, or even other things that are offered in the Steel Path Honors. When I am not farming Prime parts in a new Prime Access, then I am usually doing Steel Path Conjunction Survival right now, as it's fun testing my builds and earning platinum at the same time. However, I am not saying that once Operation Gargoyle'S Cry end, it's back only to farming the Steel Path Conjunction Survival for me, as Sanctum Anatomica can also yield tons of platinum if you have the time to do specific mission. Our main goal here is to either sell melee arcanes that are max rank or use those arcanes that we can farm without limit in the arcane dissolution system. There are actually 2 missions right now wherein you can farm melee arcanes to either sell or use in the arcane dissolution. One is by beating the fragmented suzerain boss in Effervo. This means that after Operation Gargoyle'S Cry ended, you can still farm the Steel Path version of this boss for the melee arcanes, as it's an additional drop from the fragmented suzerain. It would take about 5 minutes to do this with a team or solo, given that you can collect Murmur Eyes with mobility warframes such as Titania or Wukong. Why not do the normal version of the boss fight for faster run? Well, it's because aside from the melee arcane, you only get resources and Vocus. It's good that you also get Steel Essence, which you can use to buy stuff from the Steel Path Honors. However, the Steel Path Effervo is not the only mission that can drop melee arcanes. Do take note that both Scathing and Mocking Whispers also drops melee arcanes every time you kill them. Now, either mini-boss can spawn in the Entrati Lab Tyla set. The only difference is that Mocking Whisper is more of a melee-oriented boss, while the Scathing Whisper wields a Grimoire and prefer fighting range battles. In terms of loot, they are the same when it comes to dropping random melee arcanes, which are also available for purchase in Bird 3. Every time you kill a Whisper, it will drop a melee arcane, which you can add to the number of stack you acquire from purchasing it with standings through Bird 3. The good thing about farming Whispers is it doesn't have limits, so you can just look for them in the Tyla set and kill them to get the melee arcane. The only problem though is you would need to navigate through the whole Tyla set to locate the book. Sometimes it is well hidden that it would take a couple of minutes before you can find the Grimoire. In most cases, a team of 4 doing the Exterminate mission and next will be the most optimal way of farming these Whisper bosses. All 4 members of the team should look for the book while exterminating all the enemies. The only problem though is the fact that we don't know if players in public queues will be doing the same. Probably you will need a team to do this and hunt for the Whispers, as sometimes I get into a team wherein they are just hunting for Vocus that I don't need anymore. Well, I can just look for the book myself, but there is a possibility that it would take 10 minutes just to locate the Whisper in the tile set. That is why when you head to Fibonacci to do the daily standing grind, almost prioritize doing the Deadly Whisper bounty, as it's your best way to farm not only standings but those melee arcanes in the game. The side objective of the Deadly Whisper bounty is to defeat either the Scathing or Mocking Whisper, and the good news is the location of the Whisper is already marked in your map. All you need to do is just finish the mission and defeat the Whisper in the process, so you can get standings and as well as melee arcanes. Take note that Whispers have Tenno-Flesh, meaning that they have no specific immunity and weakness. Basically, you would need hard-hitting weapons such as the Latum Melt, the first health bar of the boss. Honestly, you won't need a super endgame build, as you will not be facing Netracell version of these Whispers, so a good weapon like the Incarnator or even a good melee would probably defeat the Whisper with ease. Also, the Whisper seems to be affected by abilities, and they are easily killed when you slow them with Gloom. Then at the second phase, all you need to do is travel to the mark location wherein the book is located and destroy it with your amp. I highly advise that you go with mobility Warframe so that you can easily reach the destination, as if you don't, the Whisper will take form again and you need to shred its health the second time. Lastly, it would be wise to do the Deadly Whispers bounty solo or with a dedicated team, as playing with randoms in public queues is suboptimal. Sometimes you will load into the mission and the team already killed the Whisper boss without marking the location. You don't get the melee arcane with this, and it's best that all of you start the mission the same time. Right now, the best melee arcanes to sell is melee exposure, as it costs 150 platinum per max rank, and you can easily dispose this arcane compared to the other ones. However, this is based on my experience, and you might want to double check the market first to see if there are changes in the prices. Lastly, let me talk about my plans for Arcane Dissolution. So I will be farming the Zariman bounty, which have the Thrax units that possibly drop arcanes. The main arcane I am farming in the Zariman mission is the Molt Augmented, which sells for 150 platinum on average. In terms of Sanctum Anatomica, I will be thriving to get melee exposure, which also sells for 150 platinum. And then I'll be doing the Steel Path Conjunction Survival to farm Lua Thrax Plasm and get either Primary Frostbite or Arcane Blessing, which sells for around 160 to 180 platinum per max arcane. Also, since I'm doing the Steel Path version, I will be farming Gun Arcanes. The other arcanes from bounties and as well as the Gun Arcanes will be treated as junks, and I will try to dissolve them in the Arcane Dissolution system. After that, I am planning to buy either Duvary Arcanes or Eidolon Arcanes to hit jackpot arcanes like Arcane Reaper or Arcane Energize. Preferably, I would be investing more in Duvary Arcanes, as most of the Eidolon Arcanes sell for low platinum aside from Arcane Energize, Guardian, Avenger, and Arcane Grace. I am assuming here that it would take time to get the arcanes that I want to sell using the Arcane Dissolution system, so I'm making it as my final option and only will dissolve those arcanes that I consider junks. Just treat it as a junk shop or a recycling facility wherein you just dissolve those arcanes that I don't need and gain possible extra profit from it. After Operation Gargoyle's Cry, I will surely add the Sanctum Anatomica grind, just like the Zariman bounties, wherein I do some bounties and then go leave and do my primary platinum farming method right now, which are ribbon flipping, prime parts, and my favorite, grinding the Steel Path Conjunction Survival. So that's all about it. I hope that you find this video informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.